Welcome back to the channel, Digital Analytics, and today we are going to talk about some of the web analytics and their importance. Not all metrics are created equal. There are two different types of web analytics on your website when you're looking at some of the measurement. Some of the web metrics are informational and some concern selling. And depending on what type of website you have, whether it's an e-commerce website or it's a lead generation website, you don't want to treat some of the different metrics the same when you're trying to evaluate the power and the impact that your website is making. If you're trying to sell things, that's where you want to take a look at cart abandonment, total cart ads, things like total sales. If you're trying to do informational, then you want to look at things like web views, PDF downloads, and other impactful things for information on a website. Now, information analytics that are valuable if you are looking at an informational website and trying to analyze the value, you want to look at time spent on the site or time spent on the page and total time in that session. If somebody spends a lot of time on an informational site, they are there gathering information. Now for page views, this is important. If what pages they're looking at and how many pages per session. And then you also want to look at the time on the page if you have informational type of impact for an informational website. Ultimately, you're trying to get them to sign up for your newsletter or fill out a form for additional information, or maybe get some contact information so you can follow up with them. Also, video views are important if you've got views on information and time watched, views started, view completions, and then where they went to on the website after they viewed that entire video. Now, some of these selling analytics that you're focusing in on, if you have a selling type of website or an e-commerce website, either the lead forms generated, contact us, which could be a phone call, click to calls, emails, or shopping forms, or flat out sales, things like cart ads, cart abandonment, and things like that. If you're trying to actually sell on your website, those metrics have a higher impact. Those metrics are the ones that you should be looking at on a daily and even weekly basis for some of the different selling analytics. Now remember, you can track a lot of your main analytics in Google Events, track events that will impact revenue. I've got some videos out there on the impact of Google Events and how to set up your Google Events, especially in Google Analytics 4. And also for web analytics, you want to make sure to focus on the funnel. A lot of times you get too niched on the content that you're doing, but every piece of content has a different type of action. They all kind of work together to drive people down that funnel. And the sales funnel, if you're not aware, is that what they call AIDA, A-I-D-A, which is the awareness stage, interest, desire, and action. Awareness stage is people don't even know about your product, your brand, or that they might even need your service. The interest stage means maybe they've searched for it, they are aware that you are out there, but now they're coming in to try to find out a little bit more about you. The desire means they want you, they want to learn more information, they want to get a little bit deeper into the website. And then the action is the actual conversion of getting them to either call you, fill out a form, and do something that gets them closer to the purchase or giving up that information for the form fill. So remember, with your content and your web analytics, you want to get some web authority and have a higher domain rank with Google, and that will help by looking at these analytics, time spent on the page, downloads for some of the PDFs, views watched, and then getting ranked for some of those search terms. You also want to take a look at your keystone content. How is that performing? Your keystone content is the most important item on your website that either sells or gets people further down the funnel. And normally it's a white paper, it can be a PDF download, it can be a ebook, it can be a guidebook, but your keystone content is very important. So remember, with your keystone content, and as you start to look out and build out your web analytics dashboards, all metrics do not have the same value. A bounce rate for one website may be important, but on another website, it may not be as high of importance for evaluating that website. You want to set up your key performance indicators and measure your web analytics based on what's actually driving the needle. That is a look at the importance of web analytics and how different web analytics have different importance for kind of the psychology of evaluating your website.